Great news, guys. I just passed the AZ900 a couple days ago, and today I'm going to tell you guys what I did, the resources that I used, so you can pass it as well if you're planning on taking it. Now, the AZ900 is a fundamental Azure certification, and the things you'll be going over in this certification is cloud concepts, Azure architecture and services, and Azure management and governance. Now, the first thing I would do if I was you is I would start off with all the learning and training that Microsoft itself has for this certification. Okay, they have their own training. It's a lot of reading. I really don't like reading as much when it comes to training for these type of technologies. I really like hands-on and video trainings. So with that being said, for me, that's what works the best. Okay, now a little bit of reading is okay for me, but I don't like any training that everything is just reading, and I just feel like I'm reading, but I'm really not getting the gist of what I really need to get or understand. You know, sometimes you'll be reading stuff and it makes it a lot more difficult, or it sounds more difficult than it really is, and you actually watch the task being done and it's like boom boom. Sometimes people use too many words to show you how to do a task that is just quick clicks and you done, right? So a combination of a little bit of reading, the videos, and hands-on works the best for me at all times. But for Microsoft, they have training and it's really good, but the only thing is a lot of reading. Okay, they have a few videos mixed up into it, but the videos are just like pretty quick, and if you rely on just those videos, you're definitely not going to pass. What I would do is start off with the training first in Microsoft, and in the end of each segment or concept, there is a quiz. So it's going to help test you on what you should know, and you're going to take these quizzes, and then after you complete all the training, then you will have the opportunity to take a practice test, which is about 50 questions or something like that. Go ahead, take the practice test. It really does get you prepared for the actual exam. Now, the second resource that I used after I was finished with the Microsoft training was John Saville video, and he does a wonderful job of breaking down the concepts. He has a full course, a full AZ900 course, and then he has an AZ900 cram. Now, the AZ900 course, you should watch it. So you'll go through the Microsoft learning, and then you will watch John Saville's full training course, and like right before you take the test, maybe a couple days or so, the day before, you just watch the cram video. And the cram video is just to like go over all the concepts and kind of like bring them back to life in your mind, because if you're training and if you're studying, a lot of times you're going to remember the last things that you studied, especially if this isn't something that you do all the time, right? If it's something you do day in, day out, it's easy to remember because you do it all the time. But when you just start learning a concept, you learn it today, and then 2-3 weeks later, if you haven't taken the exam, some of those concepts that you learned when you first start training, you might forget them. They might slip away. So having that video cram does a wonderful job of like, okay, you already booked the exam, you're like 2 days out or something, and you want to do something to make sure you remember what it is you are supposed to do. So guess what? You watch the cram video and then you take your exam. This is the only resources that I used. I used Microsoft's training. I watched John Saville's full training course. Then I watched the cram, and then I took the exam, and I was able to pass the exam in like 20 minutes. I was supposed to check in for my exam at like 9, and after check-in and everything was done, it was like exactly like 9:30 or something like that when I started the exam. And by 9:40 something, 9:50, I was already finished. Okay, so if you just follow these steps, I promise you, you will pass. Just pay attention to what you're doing, follow these steps, and make sure you take the practice exam. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below. I always try to respond to all comments, and I really love to see when other people pass these exams as well. So any tips that I can give you guys, I will definitely give you guys. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all in the next one.